Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kate. I own the channel, obviously, and I am in cosmetology school. I decided to go and make this channel just to educate people about makeup. I've had a lot of requests for me to make a channel specifically about makeup and how to style your hair and how to wear makeup, so that's what I'm doing. So I wanted to go ahead and start off with the basics. So I'm basically going to start this series on specific makeup products, different kinds within each makeup product, and later on we'll get into how to apply them. So I wanted to go ahead and start with the most important thing, which is primer. So today we're going to be talking about face primers. Eye primers will be a whole another video. So for face primers, you have different skin types. Most people know you have dry, combination, and oily. So there's different primers for each kind of skin, and within each kind of skin there's different things that you can achieve with the primers. So prime example, I have combination skin, which means I'm dry in here and I'm oily in my T-zone, which is my forehead and my nose, and sometimes my cheeks. So with me having combination skin, there's several different types of primers that I can use depending on what I'm going for. So there's color correcting primers, there's what I like to call pore banishing primers, which basically like fill your pores. If you have like large pores like on your nose or on your forehead, you can use a pore minimizing primer. And there's also what I call a blurring powder, or blurring primer. I can't talk today. So I have a few that I've just kind of kept just in my stash just to kind of help with situations like this so that I can give you guys recommendations. So I have a few right here at my disposal. So there's a lot of different makeup companies and a lot of different companies make products. Sorry, my cat is just in frame. Bless you. You okay? You're okay. Okay, so you have higher end products and then you have lower end products. So lower end products would be things that you could get at like Walmart or Winn-Dixie or CVS, Walgreens, like drugstore makeup, which would be like CoverGirl, Maybelline, L'Oreal, Revlon, stuff like that. So on that end of it, you have Maybelline. That's one company. So this is actually a really, really good pore minimizing primer. I like to use this. It's basically like a knockoff of one by Benefit that's called POREfessional. This one is really, really good, and it's basically a pore eraser. It's basically a pore eraser. This is Marshmallow. Okay, you need to get down, baby. Mommy's trying to do things. Okay. So it's a pore eraser. This one, I think it costs for this big tube, it costs about $7 or $8 depending on where you get it. I like to get mine from Ulta because I have a membership there at Ulta, so anytime I purchase anything, I get points for what I purchase. So this is a really good one. I actually prefer it to the POREfessional. And then you have another type of primer would be a hydrating primer. So e.l.f. makes one. This whole thing I think costs like $6, and it costs $6. And basically this is made for drier skin. So if you have dry skin or you have combination skin and you want to put this on the areas that you normally get dry, you can mix and match primers. It's okay. This is a really good one. I went through a point in time where like my health was kind of weird and my skin got really dry, and I used to like to use this a lot. Then we move into the more higher brand. So I have a few of those that I can kind of show you. This one is from Smashbox. It's called the Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and this is a pore minimizing one. So it's pretty much the same as this one, but this is a higher end brand and it works a little bit differently. This one has more of like a blurring effect. So not only does it minimize your pores, but it also blurs any texturization on your face. So if you have, you know, scarring from, you know, acne in the past, or you have rough patches, this will basically smooth those. It doesn't decolorize them, it smooths them, which basically makes it that when you put your foundation on, it's almost like this is working as like a spackle for your pores. So when you're painting a wall and you have a hole in the wall, you use spackle to fill it in so that when you put the paint on top of it, you don't see the hole anymore, but the hole is still there. That's what primer is, especially pore minimizing primers. So that's pore minimizing. This is a higher end hydrating primer. So this is just a little sample that I got, but this is from Tarte, which is a really good company. They're hypoallergenic, and like all of their stuff works really well. Like Tarte is genuinely like one of my favorite brands. This one is a hydrating primer. It is made, I believe it's made with coconut water. So it's super hydrating, but it's lightweight, so it doesn't feel heavy on your face all day. It's really good. But when I say it's hydrating, it's hydrating. If you have oily or combination skin, do not use this. This one is from MAC. This is called Strobe Cream. So basically this is more, it's gonna give you more of a glow. So if you're looking for a more dewy look, like you don't, it's not necessarily sparkles, but you want a little bit of a glow to your foundation, Strobe Cream. This is from MAC. A lot of people have heard of MAC. They've been around for like forever. They're a good company. Not my personal favorite, but their products work really well. I have several of their products that I've gotten, like, you know, getting them from friends that didn't like them and letting me try them out. They're great. So as far as primers go, we went through a few different examples of primers. I want to go ahead and go through how you can tell what skin type you have. So if you have oily skin, typically it means throughout the day you'll get like kind of glistening on your forehead, your nose, your cheeks, your face, just like you touch it and there's oil on it, like on your hands. That's typically one characteristic of oily skin. People with oily skin may also experience more issues with acne or, you know, pimples. That is one specific characteristic of oily skin. Now, when you get into combination skin, you're gonna have dry areas, but you are also gonna have your oily areas. It's not that your whole entire face is dry or your whole entire face is oily. It's a mixture of both. Then you also have dry skin, which is characterized by like your skin being a little bit flaky, or like it doesn't seem to hold moisture. Throughout the day you'll notice like your foundation will flake off, or you notice that like your skin doesn't have any, I hate to keep saying moisture to it, but like your skin might be ashy. It might need moisturized more frequently, just because it's so dry. It just sucks in any little bit of moisture that it can get, and a lot of times it'll try to take that moisture from your foundation, and then your foundation will be flaky. So those are different type of primers, and I can make another video down the road, like as you know, I personally learn more about primers. I can share what I've learned with you guys, but those are the primers that I have had experience with. So in my opinion, if you have dry skin, you want a hydrating primer. If you have oily skin, they make ones that are for oily skin. They're mattifying. Now personally, I don't have that problem, so I don't invest in them, but they do make mattifying primers that basically throughout the day as you're wearing your makeup, it absorbs any oil that your skin releases. And if you need examples of really good ones, there's a really good mattifying primer by Wet n Wild. It's really popular. It's maybe $5, but I've heard a lot of amazing things about it. And, you know, in my time having worked for Ulta, I saw a lot of people purchasing it. It was a really, really good product. Then there's also one from Smashbox. They have one for dry skin that gives you, it's like a super moisturizing primer. And then they have one, I believe they have a mattifying one as well. And they make a really, really good product. I have been very impressed with Smashbox. It's not my personal favorite, but I have been impressed with them. There's also, I think I mentioned before, color correcting primers. So a lot of times people that have rosacea, which is like redness in their face, or they have dark circles under their eyes, they need color correction in order to get a flawless color across their entire face. So they've started creating color correcting primers. My personal favorite from the ones that I have worked with is by Stila. I don't have a little container of it right now because typically it costs about $40 to get a little container of it, but it's their color correcting primer, and it has purple in it, it has yellow in it, it has green in it. The green cancels out red tones, and like it has brightening effects in it as well in their little color correcting primer. It's really good. My mother has bad rosacea on her skin, and basically when I purchased the color correcting primer, I was working for Ulta at the time, so I got a discount on it, and she was having a real issue with that, and it was really discouraging for her because anytime she put on foundation, she could still see the redness through the foundation, and it was really, really frustrating for her. So I actually gave her that Stila color correcting primer, and it has done wonders. It has been amazing. She's been like using little bits whenever she can, but not trying to overuse it because it is such an expensive product, but it's worth every penny you spend on it. Like if you have the money to buy it, buy it. It's amazing. Because as you put it on, I can't even describe how incredible it is to watch it. Even if you just like put it on your hand, you can see it brightens it, and it basically cancels out all of the other tones in your skin and leaves you with a nice pure color. It cancels out darkness, it cancels out redness. It's amazing. Like if you ever get a chance to go to Ulta and try a little bit out, do it. It's worth it just to like see the transformation even on your hand, let alone like on your face. So those are just a few primers that are very common to use that I thought I would go ahead and educate you guys on, so that you can kind of figure out maybe what type of skin you have and what primers might work best for you. And then if you need any recommendations for any products, please reach out on, you know, my Instagram, on my Facebook page, comment on here. Like, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to give recommendations. Just reach out. Tell me what you need help with. I'm happy to help. Next time, we are going to go through foundations, which should be really fun. So we'll go through foundations next time, but I'll see you guys then.